Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Paradigm Woods and Irons from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Kira K. Dixon, and this is your Golf Central update. The PGA Tour is at Quail Hollow Club this week for the Wells Fargo Championship. It'll be the first time we see Rory McIlroy tee it up since his missed cut at the Masters. Max Homa returns, looking to not only defend his title, but win this event for the third time. Homa will get his round started tomorrow at 7:23 a.m. Eastern alongside Sahith Theegala and Patrick Cantlay. Earlier this week, Max met with the media.
Yeah, it's cool. This place has a lot of great memories for me. And even though we, didn't win here last year, it's cool that we were here for the President's Cup. So also some great memories. I love this golf course. The tournament is run really well. Everything about this place is first class. So I love coming to Charlotte. Charlotte's probably my favorite city we go to outside of the California ones. And the golf course is tremendous, and it's in really good shape. So I love coming here. I think it's a treat for all of us to get to come. And they've had majors here, obviously President's Cup last year, and then the Wells Fargo just feels like, I'm glad it got elevated because it feels like an elevated event. So now to have that distinguished honor, if you want to say that, it just feels right. So it's cool being here.
I mean, not only looking for your third win at this event, but also your third win of the season. Just talk a little bit about the state of your game coming into the week.
Yeah, it's good. I didn't play great at Augusta. Swing was feeling pretty bad, and then carried that nicely into Hilton Head and played bad. But played really well in New Orleans. Swung it much better. Went home and kind of continued that trend, and putts will fall, law of averages. So my game feels really good, and coming to a place that I have good memories and feels like the course sets up nicely for me. It feels like I'll be able to kind of transfer what I've been doing the last couple of weeks at home and in a team event to a big individual golf tournament.
And I was going to ask, was it getting out of the funk just a little bit? Was the team event a good event for you to do that, to maybe just change gears just a little bit?
Yeah, it was great. I know we didn't play or score great, but we played well. Just both of us had our golf balls. We were afraid of the dark for a couple of days, but it was so much fun. It was a nice way to feel a bit looser and feel more comfortable with kind of what I was working on. And yeah, it's just that event is it's awesome just because it's obviously highly competitive, but it's so unique. And getting to walk around with one of my friends, and you feel a different kind of pressure. You don't want to let them down. So especially an alternate shot day I was thinking about it at Hilton Head when I was swinging so poorly. I was thinking, man, I just don't want Colin to have to hit from where I'm leaving it, where I'd be leaving it if I was swinging like this. So it was nice and motivating to get some work in the weekend. I missed the cut and feel ready. So it was a nice kind of slump buster in a way, to feel like I was having fun again, and the grind of everyday professional golf kind of went out the window for a week.
All right, sounds good. We'll open it up to questions. You'll raise your hand. We'll get a microphone. Let's start with Paul.
Max, just safe to say this would be a place where you feel like everything can get back on track, just good memories with the President's Cup and with your previous wins? Yeah,
I just the golf course suits me really well. I know the place quite well, obviously getting to play here every year, and missing last year but still getting to play a ton of rounds, so I'm just comfortable on this course, and I feel like I know the greens well, and there's no surprises out here. So big golf course that seems to suit what makes me comfortable off the tee. And like I said, if I think anybody, you go into a golf tournament, you're not swinging well, you could go to your favorite place in the world and you're going to feel uncomfortable. So it helps that I feel quite good about where my swing's at too. But yeah, pair that with a golf course I can walk around knowing I've done well at, makes things a lot easier.
You've spoken about how important playing in like the President's Cup was for you, just getting back on site. Did any of those memories from the President's Cup kind of come back to you? Oh yeah, I mean, I went played the front nine today, and 9 was our 18th hole, and it was cool and weird remembering making that putt on Friday to win our match. Just like picture how different it looked, but trying to kind of
soak in that memory a little bit standing there. So this place I have a lot of really cool memories here, and those being so recent, it was fun to kind of just think about some of the places we hit cool shots from and watch Tony hit great shots from and Billy. So it was, that's the cool part about golf when you get to play a place where you have something like that and you get to relive it in a way in your head on site. Those trips down memory lane are fun.
And then just one more. Giannis went viral earlier this week, kind of talking about failure and kind of his view on it. I was just wondering if you saw that moment and kind of your take on what he said and if you kind of agree or disagree.
Yeah, it was awesome soundbite. I think the interesting part to that is I thought about it a lot. You could easily say that they failed because they did not win the championship. Everyone goes to win a championship. Everyone comes here to win a golf tournament. But I think the point is that no one but yourself decides if you failed. Like there's a potential that I could win a golf tournament and feel like I failed if I didn't meet a goal I was looking for mentally or something. So I just think the point is in sports is it's not up to the fans, it's not up to the media, it's not up to anybody other than myself if I fail. There's days I've had good days and felt like I failed because my goal was to go out there and be super positive, and maybe I wandered off of that. But Kobe Bryant said a very similar thing that Giannis said, that there's no failing in sports as long as you kind of keep pushing and getting better, if that is your goal. So I found it quite interesting that someone as great as Giannis said that, because it puts things into perspective. It's very difficult to win a championship in anything. He's a tremendous basketball player, and to hear him feel kind of similarly, looking at it in the macro, he didn't fail to him, I would assume, because he felt like they put in a lot of work that will help them the next year and him personally. But if he doesn't feel like he failed, then he didn't fail, and I think that's the important part for everybody, whatever you're trying to do. So I thought it was great that he said that.
All right, we'll cross the aisle.
Max, we're halfway through basically the PGA Tour season and through the elevated events. How has the schedule changed for you? Have you felt a little bit more gassed compared to years past? And what does the rest of the schedule kind of look like based on how much you've played so far?
I don't really feel too gassed. It feels like a very, that's great. It feels like a similar schedule I would have had anyways. I don't typically play Hilton Head, but that didn't change too much. The rest of my year will look pretty similar. So yeah, it feels, we play golf, so it's not that, it's more mentally draining than anything, but I would feel the same. The fact that I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel where we're going to have an off season this year, I would say that's the only times I feel gas is kind of the back end of the fall. And it's not even just physically, it's just you just are kind of over playing golf every week. That's kind of the tricky part, which is always funny because people in my home course, like that's all they want to do is play golf, but at a point it just starts to get mundane. So the fact that I know we'll have a break for a little bit where we can decide if we're going to play a strenuous schedule or take some time off, I think that helps. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this has been too taxing.